Okay, so we are live. Oh, good. There we are. Just have to adjust the. Well, welcome to my channel, Galactica Musings. Thank you for being here. I'm Elizabeth. And as you can see, I have here a very special guest. You all know her from Cosmic Agency. So thank you, Gosia, for being here. How are you?
Hey, thank you very much. I'm just going to remind people, actually, I'm going to send the link again
Okay.
that we are starting now.
Okay.
1 second, please.
Sure.
I'll publish this here, and I'll publish this on Facebook too very fast. 1 second.
Things popping.
Okay. 1 second, please. Can you hear me well with this microphone on the side?
Yeah.
Okay.
All is well.
Okay.
Ready?
Yes, I'm ready. Yeah, I think I published it on Telegram and on Facebook.
Okay, thank you.
And this is live, Row 2778 is asking if this is live or recorded. Live.
Yes, it is live. It's happening.
Yes. And we're just talking that this is a bit, the timing is not very good for both of us, because for me, this is noon and I never do anything at noon. This is very early for me. I actually wake up at 11. So I woke up 1 hour ago. I'm a night person. I go to sleep at 3 at night. And for Ellie, who is in New Zealand, it's completely the opposite. And she's a morning person. And this is now evening for her. So she is tired.
Exactly. We are both tired.
Yes. It's perfectly fine. We both had to agree on the schedule because we have neighbors. And at 10 p.m. we have to be quiet, or at 7 in the morning, before 7 in the morning, Ellie cannot do, also because of the neighbors.
Yeah.
So what time do you have now in New Zealand?
It's 9 p.m.
Okay,
9
so
p.m.
exactly.
Yeah.
So we have like about an hour, because
we have an hour.
Yeah, an hour. It's not going to be very long live, about an hour, because Ellie has to quiet down at 10 in an hour. Okay,
exactly.
So let's go. We don't have that much time. Yeah.
Well, tell me, how are you? How's Finland? Well,
I'm okay. Yeah, I'm enjoying summer now. If you guys see less videos or less frequently, it's because I'm trying to enjoy being outside and being, enjoying this very short time summer in Finland. Which, by the way, it seems like already the temperatures are going down. It's like about 20 Celsius, and yeah, the hottest month is July. And then it's already cooler in August. And then after August, it's over. So I'm trying to be outside as much as I can. And also then Matthias also is on vacation now. So we also try to use this time together doing something. So that's why you see maybe a little bit less videos. But don't worry, they are still coming.
They're still coming. Oh, good. They're really good. I watched your the news.
Oh,
the last one you made. Oh, that was so good. You're really good at making videos.
Oh, it's really fun making. Yeah, it's what keeps it alive for me very often, because sometimes I already feel this monotony of sitting on this couch making the videos all the time. It's very monotonous, because I make one video, I start another, but then when I get these ideas, the creative ideas, it's kind of what sometimes additionally helps me to keep that spark, because I get excited about an idea and I want to make it happen.
Wonderful. Okay, so I want to talk to you about the move that Taygetans made from the Toleka to Sericlea. And I was thinking, because they finished moving on 1st of August, only a few days ago. Yeah. And I was wondering, did they share anything with you in regards to the move? Because usually always...
Not yet, because they haven't actually out. Yeah, because they have been so busy with the move. Actually, no one came for like a week or so. So I haven't talked to them yet after the move. So I don't know how it is going.
How it went?
Settling down. I'm trying to, also respect their space. Usually when we are moving, they're also kind of quiet, not bothering us as much. And me and Matthias moved quite a few times. So I'm trying to I could give them that space to settle, and
Right.
hopefully they can come online and say how it is going for them. For sure, they are enjoying it. I myself enjoy the moves. I like going from one place to another. I don't really get attached to places. So for me, this is be exciting. And of course, they're going to have so much more time now that before they were dedicating to these repairs. It was mentally exhausting to them, always trying to figure out what's wrong with this, what's wrong with that, and always having to tend to these matters, always something breaking. So now,
amazing.
Mind.
See, we didn't know that they were having so much trouble, that it was breaking down, and we thought, they are busy, but busy doing what? We wanted to know, because
all kinds of things all the time. But well, actually, this was they didn't want to talk about this much and put a lot of focus on that, because they didn't want to show their vulnerability. So for a very long time, this has been going on with repairs and things breaking, even during Anneka time. Even Anneka, she was talking about how the ship needs a lot of maintenance all the time. And this was has been going down, but they didn't want to reveal too much of their, in a way, fragility of their ship. That's why no one was talking about this much, not even us, because Athena, I remember, was asking, don't go too much in that direction.
Yeah, because everything was breaking down. It's quite no, it's a lot of work, because it's a big ship. So, and it's only like 32, 34 Taygetans. So I'm thinking they must have been so busy. It's crazy. But this new ship, it's quite exciting. I'm just trying to think, because they have 2 floors where they are able to manage. What do they have, like climate, so they can have winter, summers, fall. I'm thinking, how does that work? So do they have like a winter and they dress for winter?
I think they still keep the temperature within the comfortable range. So I mean, it's never been mentioned. So I don't think that they adjust the temperatures to winter. I don't think that'll be very comfortable for them to be leaving their rooms and having to dress and put hats on.
That's what I'm thinking, because she said that they can have snow and rain, and I'm thinking, so they have to take like if it's raining.
Well, maybe it's interesting. Maybe in that specific area where they have, this is a snow zone, so they go there and they can enjoy a little bit of a winter time. I don't know. I haven't asked about that. They definitely didn't have anything like that on Toleka. So I don't know. But I would like to ask you something, just to tell the audience a little bit about you, because you are you have been very active in the Spanish community, no? This is how we actually met, through the Spanish show. So tell us a little bit more about what you do in the Spanish community, and how do you know the difference, Spanish and English community?
There is a big difference, and I don't know why. I can't seem to put my finger on it. And because when I talk in the Spanish community, there is this flow already, and people are like focus on other things, maybe on the same thing, but with a different emotions towards it. I don't know what it is. And then with the English one, when I start talking, it's completely different. So I cannot talk about the same things in the same way, because it doesn't match and nobody understands me. So I have to like change completely to like a different culture. And I find it fascinating, but I don't know if you find it with your channels.
Yeah, it's the same. Well, like you said, the emotion is different. And you know what's interesting? When I went to Poland, I actually thought, and I was also prepared by Darek, the Polish guy, that the Polish audience is more like the English audience. You know, very like intellectual, asking questions. They need to understand, analyze. But actually, when I went there and I met the people, they reminded me of the Spanish community. Very open, very giving me hugs, like lots of love, lots of emotion. So it was in Poland. I think it's a very interesting mix. They are like in between. They are in between.
Look at that. So still different.
Yeah, and of course we are generalizing. You know, you will have very emotional people in the English community and very intellectual, analytical people in the Spanish. But we are generalizing. Generally, the vibe in the Spanish one is like this one big family. You know, it's very together and everybody's. Huh?
Like a big party. I don't know what it is. It's just everyone's talking at the same time, and it's a bit chaotic.
Yes, the Telegram group is also different. The emotion there is different, and they have a lot more actions. Like on a followers, so to speak, side, like you, they have YouTube channels. They analyze the information. They meet. They have they do different shows. I don't know anybody in the English world. I don't want to now forget anybody, but I don't think there is people who are like meeting and analyzing the Taygetan information on their YouTube channels. And that's what you do in Spanish. This is how we met.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what Victor Vargas as well does. I'm in another Spanish-speaking channel as well, Somos La Fuente. And there are other channels as well in Spanish. Marianne, exactly. And so in the English one, it's quite different. I think it's quieter. I think they're active maybe in a different way. I don't know, but I'm still,
I think also Robert has contributed a little bit or a lot to moving the community and maintaining it, because he's different than me in a sense. Well, we are both there. And in English, I am by myself. I don't do lives. And Robert does lives every single day for like, I don't know how many years already.
I don't know how.
And every live, he has like 200 and 300 people watching all the time who are like gathering around these lives. And it's like became part of people's lives. They are cooking, they are preparing something, and then they're listening to Robert. It's like something that unites that community. A lot of people, at least. I don't do that in English. So the English community is missing out on that, because I don't organize that kind of gatherings. I don't do lives every day.
I don't know how he does it, to do lives every day. And for him, he's like really relaxed and always has something to say. And even if he doesn't, he does something and he's, I don't know, like he doesn't say anything, but he does, you know?
He always talks and talks. Oh. I always have something to say. I wouldn't know what to say, because the reason why I don't come for the lives is because I feel I have nothing to say. Like if I have something to say, then I will feel the need. Okay, I will organize my thoughts. I will actually have notes, and I will present the points, and then I will go. And then I will be gone for like a month.
That's me as well.
Every day. And we used to live together, here as roommates. And I saw how he was doing that. And he was like sitting, okay, I'm going to do the live. He would just, and also the girls, we have to like prepare and do the hair and the makeup. And sometimes it's like, for me, it's like a drag. Oh, I don't feel like doing that. So I'm not doing the live. But Robert would just like put his shirt and go, it's easier.
Yeah, for them it's easier. I don't know why. They just put things on and they just go like this and it's fine. And we're like, oh, go. We look in the mirror and it's like, no, I'm not doing this. That's going to take me an hour to get ready. It's crazy.
Yes. Usually when I do the live, if I have a live prepared for the evening, it's actually my whole day is already dedicated to that, because I'm thinking about it and I'm mentally preparing, and I'm changing the chip from the introvert to the outgoing self. So I'm like thinking about this all day. I'm changing myself mentally. I'm preparing the notes. Then I'm doing my makeup. I'm thinking about the clothes. So basically, when I have a live, it's like the whole day goes to that.
Oh wow, it's a lot of work. Yeah, it's a lot of work more for you, because doesn't take me that long, but it does take me longer. But for Robert, I think it doesn't take him long at all. He just sits down, as you say, and starts.
So you have been doing the lives, yes? Where are you from? Like, what's your nationality?
Originally Chile.
Oh, okay, so you are Chilean. You are Chile. You are living in New Zealand, and you do these. Yeah.
I've been here for 30 years.
Okay.
Yeah, I've lived here. Yeah, so I grew up here. Yeah, yeah.
So you do these lives in Spanish and English, just to explain to the people like what you do in your channel.
Yes. I started a year ago my Spanish one, and I only do lives. I don't do videos. I don't have the talent to do videos. And then I started doing the English one about 2 months ago, or 2-3 months ago. But it's been a little bit difficult to start with the English one because it's like a different point of view, and I can't seem to change, from, because I thought I was just going to do the English one, just translate everything I've just said in the Spanish one, and then say it in English.
Yeah.
But it just doesn't seem to work that way. It just doesn't make sense. I don't know what it is. Yeah.
I usually do it that way. I say exactly the same. Yeah, I have the notes because I go with notes. So I prepare and then I say exactly the same points in English and Spanish. I don't adapt to the community. And then I would just look at the questions. Maybe the questions will be different. The vibe, the emotion, but what I'm speaking is going to be the same.
Okay. Yeah, because you do videos. But with but you do lives as well.
Yeah. I refer to the live, but I always do the same in lives.
Yeah. Oh no, it doesn't work for me. I don't know why. I'm weird that way. So it's been a year now since I've been doing lives. I really like it. Yeah, I really enjoy it. Yeah.
Okay, anyway. What else would you want to talk about and ask me?
Yes. The let's start with Gorel. Because the shocking news is that he's not going now to the meetings, which I understand. It's understandable because there's a safety issue here, and basically he's going there and he's going to be sitting in a lecture and he won't be able to say anything or have any dialogue. So I'm thinking, what's the point? So there's really no reason for him to go, and for some reason, I was quite sad when Mary said that he was not going there anymore, because it basically says that the Federation is not willing to have any type of dialogue or communication with people. And for me, I see that as a big problem, because, how are we going to move forward? How can we fix things? Because they are broken. Obviously, they are broken. And so when I heard the news, I was, it made me sad. It made me sad that there is no peaceful way to go about moving forward. And the attack on the Queen, that's just wrong at all levels. And I'm thinking, what's left? Because some people down here, they say we have to go to war. And I'm like, you don't want to go to war. That's the last thing you want to do. And I'm quite worried actually about all that. What do you think about that? What's happening? Because there's no dialogue. I mean, it's always
there haven't been any dialogues going on for a while with them. So in a way, for me, it's not shocking. Like I said in my recap, that it's like I'm not surprised by any of this. And I am, I was maybe tiny bit surprised that decision was made, that he's not going to attend. But of course, it's understandable. I support that decision. But of course, there's a little bit of a curiosity in me left about what's going to happen next in those meetings. Like, what would they have prepared? Just curiosity, just to just to see what they will be dishing out next there in those meetings. But of course, safety first. So it's understandable. And like Mari said, and I agree with that too. It's it's been useless so far, and the way they have been treated. Also, it's so disrespectful. So it's kind of like, they have their pride. They are not going to be participating if they are going to be treated this way.
Of course, yeah.
So it's understandable. And yeah, there is no dialogue. There haven't been any dialogue for a while, for a long time. Seems like this is just this is very, very on the edge right now because of this whole attack. And like Mari said, this cannot be just swept under the rug. And I like what the Viera Federation is trying to do. Well, like, we are sorry that this happened to you, and that's that. Like, they think this is going to be the end of it. And it's not going to be the end of it, and cannot be the end of it. So let's see what's going to happen. Yes.
Exactly. And then, in all honesty, it makes me uneasy, to be honest, because it makes you wonder what else they do. I mean, from down here, we can live our lives, quite happily if we can, and not know anything that's happening up there. But it is a reality, it is happening, it is there. And it does affect us in other ways. And I'm thinking, how is that going to affect us now? In what way? Because it will affect us, isn't it? Yeah. If they can't communicate and fix anything, move forward. How is that? How is going to have? Because it's a mirror. What happens up there happens down here, and I don't see it going forward in a positive way. It's just they're just trying to find a way to do something. So they're going to get together with other races, like we get together here with other starseeds, and that's a problem. So it's a problem up there, it's a problem down here. But I feel like it's not moving forward, and if it's moving towards, say, a conflict. That's where I see it going. So I was quite I thought it was going towards a more peaceful, dialogue, positive direction.
Yeah. Well, I would be, of course, the first one to be supporting the peaceful resolution of things and peaceful dialogue. However, if the conflict is going to happen and the Taygetans will be involved, and the Urmas for sure, I will not say that this is the wrong direction either.
No. Yeah.
In other words, I am kind of prepared for anything here, and I will support their decision if it does involve conflict on some level. And now I will say something strange, but sometimes I believe conflict perhaps is necessary to revolutionize things. If it's like an ultimate, the last resort sometimes, but sometimes perhaps it is necessary to shake things up. I'm not saying that I want that to happen, of course.
Yeah.
Of course, diplomacy and peaceful resolutions always first. But like you said, nothing is progressing, or not much. However, let's see what happens with those new meetings that they will organize. Still in the preparation. Like Mari said, there is an Ontarian equivalent to her that they don't want to give their name yet, but they are open to meetings. Let's see if other races can join them, and remotely or not remotely come up with something. I'm curious about the Urma's position here. I know many people are asking about what did the Urma think, and what are they thinking, and what do they think about this whole attack, and what is their position here. So that would be interesting to actually ask Ari about some updates on the situation there.
Yeah, no, that's going to be a good idea, I think, because I was thinking, okay, this is a great thing that the races are start going to get together and have meetings, even if they are remote. But I think that at the same time, the Federation is not going to just stand by and allow them to have these meetings, and I'm thinking, what's the Federation going to do now?
Well, I don't think they can stop those meetings either. I mean, I don't think they're nasty about it. I mean, Mari is even openly saying that that those meetings are in the preparations, that they are thinking about it. So it's not like even they are doing it in secret.
No.
They might want to infiltrate those meetings to see what's happening. For sure, they will have their eyes close by, and their watchdogs. If they know when those meetings are happening or remotely, well, then that's different. I don't think they can stop, I mean, races from talking. I mean, that would be like too much. That's just too much of a regime.
Yeah, I think so. So it's gonna be interesting how it's gonna turn out. Also,
they have their own meetings, like in Antarctica or somewhere. They have all kinds of meetings to which Taygetans are not invited, and many races are not invited. They organize themselves in a way without other races being aware. So why can why can they return the same treatment to other races? Like other races also have the right to talk among themselves. And that's that. And plus, many races do not belong to the Federation. Like Sasani or something, for example, are not Federation. So they're not even obligated in any way to be even informing the Federation of the meetings.
Oh, that's even better.
I think.
Yeah, exactly. That's another thing that I wanted to, because at the end I was thinking, what do you think we are trying to do? I mean, what are the Taygetans at the end trying to do with all this being here? And because the situation here on this earth, it's quite different to everybody. I mean, the starseeds, they come in with different agendas, different ideas. So what at the end are we doing? I mean, are we trying to liberate the earth? Are we trying to get humans to be part of the galactic society? And I'm thinking, I don't know, because if we come through technology, I mean, if we come via immersion, we're not really human, are we? We're not humans. We are here through technology. So if, for example, I feel Taygetan and I'm here in immersion, I'm not really human. I'm really Taygetan. I guess humans would be if you come through from source, wouldn't you? Then that would be human. So we are liberating them. Because I don't feel I need to be liberated. So what are we doing?
Well, many points here that could be discussed. Well, first of all, I don't necessarily make that distinction that if someone comes, if a soul comes through the technology, or if they are a Taygetan soul and now they die or something and they go through source and they come incarnate as a human. I would still that's still a Taygetan starseed. So we are both either through technology or through the source. We would be Taygetan starseeds. That's how I would perceive it. The human, like what you called a human, then I mean, we all know this. We are all extraterrestrial souls, but the humans would be the ones who have been here for many cycles and have been like attached to the cycles and have been repeating the cycles. So they have been incarnating from one human experience to another and another and another, forgetting about their stellar roots. But if you come from Taygeta through the source, even if it's not technology, I still perceive that as a Taygetan starseed in that sense. Extraterrestrial people, but I do perceive myself also as a human, because this is how I'm having my experience right now. So I'm an extraterrestrial living as a human, both. I think that's how I feel. So what are we doing here? Because you said we're not trying to liberate us ourselves. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. We're going back. So are
Well,
we liberating?
we are helping. I don't know if the liberation here, well, in some way, the liberation, yes, the term would be correct, but we are trying to, to shift this, the progression of things here, the situation on Earth from, if not becoming any better, or from not getting any worse, because this is where it is also going to, in some possible timelines it could be going so much worse toward the transhumanism and AIs and who knows, Orion, Fox, all that they're planning for this Earth. So we are trying to stop that from happening, from advancing into any worse directions that it could be. That's one. And also, and pushing it towards better futures, where probably, I don't believe it's about making the humanity galactic and open totally, perhaps yet, but it's about, making the preparation for some sort of mentoring, at least interstellar mentoring, where the humanity can start to I'm having trouble explaining myself. I don't know why. I'm tired. This is morning time.
Yeah, it's the time.
Making the humanity a bit better from what it is, just in very simple terms, to try to overlap a little bit of that interstellar reality, and awaken them to the other interstellar possibilities and what they have forgotten. Like I'm saying, it's not about making this place completely opposite and being an interstellar and welcoming space brothers. I don't believe that's the goal here, or maybe not yet. Just to make this place a little bit of a better place, not to let the bad guys take a full control over it. We are like guardians of this place a little bit, so it doesn't fall into the hands of the regressive ones. That's what they want. So we are watching over this place so it doesn't happen, and from that point many future possibilities can happen.
Because I feel like, unfortunately, it's already in the hands of the regressives. So how do we take it from? How do we take it from them?
That's the work. We are here, all of us here, many millions of starseeds, trying to have that influence over the collective mind and over the collective consciousness, because I do believe, even though Mari said in her video that the problems are caused by the Galactic Federation, yes, but it doesn't contradict. I still believe that what Yasi said years ago, that it is it is in our control, in the people's here on Earth control to agree to that, not to agree to that, manifest a better future for themselves. So it is from the inside that this influence has to be done as well. And that's what we are doing. We are working on rewriting that collective dominant frequency into something better. That's what we are doing, guarding this place from being completely taken over. Whether it is completely taken over already or not, well, that's another story. I believe it's still not totally taken over. I believe there is hope. There are good people. There are good actions. There is a lot of awakening happening. So everything is still possible. And that's why we are here, to do what we do.
That's true. Now, that's another thing that I was going to ask. How do we know that there are people who are reincarnating over and over and over again?
How do we know?
How does anybody know that?
Oh, well, here on Earth, without having a memory, they wouldn't know themselves if they are the souls who have been incarnating over and over again. Well, with them, they have a type of technology that can kind of read, even though it's not totally reliable, but they have that technology that can read, the weaving in your soul's frequency. So if you have a lot of Taygetan, or I don't know, solation weaving there in your bandwidth, then it's more probable that you are more fresh from there. So
right. Oh, okay. So they can read it,
but not always. Not always. And that technology is not always reliable either.
That's interesting.
But it's an interesting question. How would you know? It's something that you feel also yourself. Like, I don't have any memory, and I'll be sharing a video today about what is it like not to have a past life memory. But I've always known that I am not from here. Like that, I know. It's like a knowing, no?
Yeah, exactly. I've always known since I was little. I was like, what the hell am I doing here? This is such a weird planet.
Yeah.
You just feel it. You're not from here. Yeah.
So but you would know yourself that you haven't probably been here in the human cycles for a long time.
Yeah, because I've met people who are, well, I don't know if they're starseeds or not. I don't know if they're matrix. But some of them, they tell me, no, I feel like I've been here a long time. I feel like I'm very human. And I'm thinking, oh, it's very interesting for me. It's like, really? And the thing is that they can live here quite easily. They just know what to do. They can go to work. They don't get exhausted. They know how to live here, and I'm like constantly not knowing what the hell to do. I'm constantly lost. But they just know what to do. You've met those people, right? Those starseeds. I don't know if they're starseeds at the end, but they just seem to know how to live here.
They're very adapted, more adapted to this realm.
Yeah. They're quite comfortable. It's such a negative soup.
Yeah.
Now,
a lot of thoughts go through my head, but go.
Yeah. Okay, so
you always opened up these questions. This is something I have to tell people because this is with Ellie. It's actually the first time that I self-invited myself to her show. I never do that. I always wait for people's invitations. I never go out there looking for interviews. And with her, it was like we met on the Spanish show where she was also invited, and we were like both there. Well, you were like co-hosting.
Yeah.
And then I was like, she had these questions that were like very similar to how my mind works. Like, my mind will also question this or that, like think from different sides, like, questioning, counter questioning. So I felt connected to her, and I'm like, okay, I think I should just make a show with her so we can like both go into these questions.
Exactly.
And I asked her to come on her show. So we did the show in Spanish, and then I said, let's do it in English as well. So that's why I like the questions, because it's like kind of questions that no one else would ask. They're very atypical questions. It's like your mind like wondering about these things. Like, for example, this question that you just asked, like, how would we know they are a human? That question has never been asked in 6 years in my interviews.
Look at that, 6 years. That's kind of amazing. Yes. Yeah, because I'm always thinking about it. And the thing is that ever since I discovered the disclosure, I'm always thinking about it. And I'm like in this bubble of Taygetan bubble. And I'm never out of it, because being out of it, it's so fictitious for me. The human society, to me, is really fictitious. So I am in my own bubble, the Taygetan bubble, I call it. So so I'm always thinking more and more.
Sounds so funny in English, disclosure, no?
Doesn't it?
I never use that. I very rarely use that word, like, because it's in Spanish. It's a direct translation from Spanish. We say divulgación.
How would you say it in English?
I know it's this kind of disclosure. I don't know. I always say this project or this work. I don't know, because I'm a bit too modest to think of it like a disclosure, even though it is. You think about it. But it's for me such a big word.
Oh, really? That's the only word I thought about. This is a great one.
Because you always hear about this official disclosure, extraterrestrial disclosure. And then I'm thinking, okay, I'm here with my channel, and Mari also. But I mean, this is a huge disclosure when you think about it. Like, this has been the biggest extraterrestrial disclosure ever. So much information has been given throughout the years.
It's amazing. No, it's quite amazing. Okay, one more thing.
Yes.
Now, because I'm always thinking that's the problem, I think.
No.
Okay, so we have different levels of being. For example, I hear that some beings or humans, they come here just for the experience. They just come here to have an experience. And they have their higher self. Now, this is when we get problematic. They have their higher self saying, oh, it's a good experience. Well, the person in 3D is having a hellish lifetime. And your 5D or 6D or your higher self, it's saying, oh, what a great experience. So how does that work within the what we're looking at here with the problem with Earth? How does that fit in to this? I mean, are we helping those people as well, or do we ignore those people? Because they're just having an experience, they are part of the game, but not because they're just having an experience, just something to do. I don't know.
Yeah, I know this has been on your mind for a while. Yeah.
Yeah. So at the end, I'm thinking, should I worry about this planet? Should I not worry about this planet? Because if my higher self just wants to have an experience,
I know what you mean.
I get so worked up about it.
I think we talked something about that in the Spanish world, or I saw you in your life talking about this. Yeah, I know this has been on your mind. Yeah, because this is something also what the Federation is using as an argument. Now that this is what the souls want, so this is what we're going to provide. And I saw your videos where you were actually like excusing yourself and saying, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not Federation. I'm just looking at this from all sides," because there is definitely truth to that. There are souls, and I know, and no one will tell me otherwise, that do come to places like Earth for the challenge. And why do I say that no one will tell me otherwise? Because I know that my soul is like that too. I need challenges. I love challenges. When I was 22, I left to America, and I was a babysitter there for a year, an au pair program. And I remember I came from a very, very challenging environment. And then suddenly I was in Poland. My family was a bit like, there were problems. And then I went to that American family, and everything was super easy there in that family. They had their, ice skating on Friday. They had their family meetings on Saturday. Then they had their ice hockey with the boy that I used to take care of on Mondays. Everything was very scheduled, very easy, very nice, enjoying life. And I remember I actually wrote this in my diary. I had a diary at that time. I said, I feel like there is not enough something to struggle with in this lifestyle. I feel like I cannot really feel my character come to life if everything is easy. I need to know myself, what I'm made of, in different environment, because I am not struggling with anything here, which means I am not revealing to myself my characters, my traits. I always say this. People who follow me in the interviews, they will know. I always say this. How can you know if you are courageous about something if you are not in the situation when there is no courage to be displayed? You have to show that you are courageous. Like, I want to experience myself courageous, right? This is a great trait. I love this about myself. Well, what do? I need to go to the place or to the situation where that courage can be experienced. Because this is what I really want as a soul. I want to experience courage, and this is like great for me. So I need to go to the difficult place where I can be courageous, and it goes on and on and on. There are many traits. So that's why I said I'll be the first to admit that souls do enjoy challenges, because I know I do. Yeah. So it is true that this place is for the challenges, and this cannot be denied. However, and this is something I always say as well, I think there are different reasons. This is just an excuse, okay? So what we are trying here to do, we are not trying to totally remove the challenging place. We are just trying to not to have the regressive use that as an excuse for other darker, shadier purposes. We are against manipulation. If it was just a full transparency and say, okay, we're going to create this place, this is going to be a bit challenging here and there, but not to those drastic extremes, and not souls being manipulated too much about what's happening here. Now, you would ask, on a higher level, are they really manipulated? Maybe they know what they are going into. Maybe from this atemporal space, Yasi would say they know everything, and they already know the scope of manipulations they will be under. So are we really doing their service, trying to help them? Well, I think we should just do what we have to do from the point of attention that we are in right now, even though we are also our higher selves. However, we are also here. So whatever we see as incorrect or correct, well, that's what we have to act upon, and that's about it. And then we cannot feel responsible or guilty about perhaps infringing on higher selves' freedom. Well, we don't have access to that information right now. So even if we are wrong in the way, well, I'm still forgiving myself for that, because according to my information and what I believe is right and correct right now, this is what I believe it should be done. So, however, it doesn't contradict that other higher self perception either. It's just that we don't have much access to that right now as of this point of view.
Yeah.
So when we see the abuse, it will be like you see the dog being abused and kicked on the street. Do you come and help, or do you think, well, maybe that dog is manifesting that for himself from the higher self? Or I go, okay, so we're going to leave it. Well, no, we're still going to help, because from the level we are at, and all levels matter. Like Yasi also said some time ago, it's not only higher self levels that are important and essential. All levels are important. So from this level, we are going to help this dog, because this is what we see is wrong from here. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Or not?
No. Yes. Yes. No, I agree. Yeah. We have to act from the perception that I have now. I cannot act from the perception of a higher self, because I don't know what it is. I can't understand it very well.
So or from the perception of between lives, like Mari said.
Exactly.
From the other side, the same experience will be different. Okay, but we cannot act upon our life actions and our decisions based on what we might think from the afterlife.
Exactly.
We're not there right now, even though Yasi would say we're always there.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly. Yeah, Yasi just makes it so much bigger.
Yes, but even Yasi is helping. Look at this. Like, even Yasi being such an advanced self, and also Mari, of course, and they are still here. They are still helping, and they are aware of the astral decisions and afterlife memories, and they are still here to help. So we should take that as an example that actually there is some merit to helping, and it's not pointless.
Okay. Yeah. So how about the contradiction of the Federation saying, okay, so this planet is for souls to grow, so that's why they have obstacles.
Yeah.
And then they say, no, we have to keep the planet in quarantine before it's able to be received by the galactic community. I'm like, so why this contradiction? So which one is it? This one or that one? So they say so many things, and I'm like, what? It's like the government down here. It makes no sense.
They are just so full of contradictions. Another contradiction that I found also similar to this is when in those Gorel meetings, they are saying that Earth has to be isolated because we are so violent, and those war images were shown. But at the same time, as Anneka was explaining years ago, they are calling other races with this propaganda to come liberate Earth. Then from what? I don't understand. That's another contradiction. They're making this propaganda that the Earth needs to be liberated, and they present themselves also in the New Age circles. So I don't know who creates that propaganda that they are those liberators. But then they are saying, no, not liberating because the humanity is violent. We cannot let them propagate through space. I don't understand. So there are a lot of things about the Federation, about this whole picture that are still very shady for me. I don't understand.
So there's always contradictions. And how do the Taygetans deal with it? I mean, how do they explain it? Have they said anything? I'm like, how do they? Yeah, it must be quite awful. I mean, do they get that information like from the same people in the Federation, or do they get it like from different places, you know?
Well, there's this official headquarters in Viera, in the local Federation, Andromedan headquarters there. So they do get a lot of official information from there, from those representatives there. And then whatever interactions they have throughout the years with different representatives and different people there. I don't know. I wish I could know more. Like I say this in my video today about past life memories. I wish I could like remember more of these exopolitical situations myself, even though it doesn't matter. It doesn't mean that if you have a memory or if you even full extraterrestrial that you will understand everything. Even Mari says that, and them say that just because we are here, we have a maybe bigger picture on things, but it doesn't mean we know everything. We don't understand everything. Not everything is given to us. Not everything is explained to us. But I still would like to have a little bit more memory, because then I would remember some of these exopolitical stuff. And I'm completely like left with nothing. And here, just based on what they say, what they explain.
That's the thing, yeah, because without the Taygetans, I would have no idea what's going on in the Federation. I mean, zero.
You would be left with what's there in the New Age circles or the exopolitical official,
Even worse. Yeah. Love and light.
Love and light, and there are all kinds of people out there talking about the Federation from this and that angle. Who knows who they are talking to? So it all depends what person in the Federation you will be speaking to. They will give you different information. I would like to, like, at some point, I don't know, I would like to infiltrate the Federation, like know what they're up to, like what's happening really.
Yeah. When you wake up, do that. When you wake up out there, do that. And if I'm there, I'll go with you.
I would plan. I know what I'm going to do. Okay, I'm revealing my plans now, but we're just talking. If they are listening, this is not a specific plan. If I wake up from the immersion, you can actually plan yourself a next immersion, but you don't have to come as a human. You can use immersion anywhere. So what if I like infiltrate as one of the Federation members, Andromedan or whoever, those higher ups, but I will use the immersion to do that. And then I will design my life and I will be one of them. Or I like design myself as a Thornton, and then I will go. But I will make sure that the memory settings, and I don't want to get lost in that society without the memory. Yeah. I need to have my memory, so I'll be fully Taygetan at Thornton.
Oh, you can do that?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's so exciting.
Yeah, because if you can plan your immersion here, you can use that technology anywhere. You can immerse yourself like Mari did, using full immersion technology, having that remote presence in Taygeta, even though that was a bit different. That wasn't an incarnation. But you can use the immersion technology. Even you can be in the immersion here and immerse yourself in a person that is 2 meters from you. Like if you have that body available, you can just like project yourself there to that body. So what if I don't know if I could do that, because being an Thornton, because to come in the immersion here, you need to enter organic portal and an empty person.
So you will need a empty Thornton.
Yes, exactly. Or I would need to have an agreement with that soul. Walk in, walk out.
Oh,
I don't think any Thornton soul would agree to this.
Yeah, that would be creepy. How about an Andromedan? Yeah, but
maybe, I don't know. But they don't have empty ones. So how do I do that with the immersion?
Yeah, because empty ones are only here on Earth, right? They don't have empty Taygetans, do they?
I think he did mention at some point that she believes that if there are matrix people here, kind of empty, she says that she doesn't want to say extremely, like just no 100% that there are no matrix people out there. That there should be maybe less, much less. And, of course. But I think he did mention something like that at some point. That there could be.
So what would happen if you took like a matrix person out and take him to the Taleka? Would they disappear? What would happen to them?
That's actually a good question that I have it on my list of questions for them. I have a lot of questions. And it's one of the questions I was asked by someone, like, what happens if you take an NPC and person and extract them? Like, what happens? Do they disappear or do they suddenly become real? So I haven't had a chance to ask that yet.
Because I'm thinking if it's someone that you have, let's say if I take, I don't know, my mother or something. You know, I have a lot of attention in I don't know if she's Matrix. Let's hope she doesn't watch this. But let's say she's Matrix. Let's say. I don't think she is, but let's say she is. And if I put a lot of attention on her and she's extracted, just by me having an attention on her makes her real.
Yeah, that's one point. That for sure.
But she wouldn't disappear.
No, she wouldn't disappear, and she would also be still there. Just because she's on the ship, it doesn't mean that. I mean, she's still sustained by the same energy dynamics that is sustaining her existence now on Earth. So I mean, it's too close. It's still close to Earth, and it would still be sustained by that collective something that is that is sustaining her. Maybe in a while, because there will be no connection to source that is real, it would kind of like go dissipate, or maybe that person will decide I'm going away, so they will go disappear, and it would disappear out of your reality. Because they would say, I want to go to Arcturus. So they will go to Arcturus and then out of the picture. Or maybe it will get sick and die. That would happen as well. This is what happens to people here. So when their life force withdraws, you start to be sick. Not all the time, I'm saying. That's in some cases. So that's when you get sick and you just die. So maybe that's what will happen as well.
Yeah, that might happen. Yeah, but as well, if she goes out, then how do you know that there is a being that wants to go into that body? It could happen as well, and then you can actually get a real person. That could happen too.
Yes.
Open portal. So many things.
Yes,
isn't it?
And also, she may not be Matrix, but just simply a human person here. A real.
Real person.
Here in the system of things.
Yeah, because it's funny because I was telling people, we're not really, because they say 1 in 5 is real. Then I said to them, well, really, we're not 20% of the people here if the 80% doesn't exist. We are the only ones. So that 20% is, we are the only ones here, because the other 80 doesn't exist. So we're not the 20%. We're it. Which takes me to the next point. Why would because there seems to be that the Federation is trying to reduce the amount of people, right? It's kind of obvious. And I'm thinking, why? If there is only like 1 billion and something, there's not many. I mean, why do they want to reduce the population? I don't understand that part. I mean, if we were like 7 billion, it's probably a bit much. But if we're only 1 billion,
they want to have a handful to control. I think that's the only reason that I know of. They just for easier management.
Easier to manage.
Just
like 500 million.
Yeah, just easier to manage.
Easier to manage.
If you have a lot of people, then you also have more people to be open to as portals for the starseeds and all that. So they prefer to have less but more manageable. I guess that's the answer here. I'm not sure of any other answers that come to my mind.
Because they can make the Matrix people disappear, can they?
I don't think so, because it's the people that are maintaining them, the real people.
We are maintaining those people.
We are kind of like maintaining that. I don't think that can be done from there, and also that would be too much interference,
too
like
much
making
work,
have them disappear.
Yeah, exactly. So they had to make us disappear. So then the Matrix people can disappear. Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of weird.
Those people must be here to maintain the playground too for us, the real people. So they know those matrix people are important to maintain the the playground in a way. Also, they need those matrix people to maintain us controlled, because these are those matrix people that are like agents of the system. So those matrix people are working for them to continue to maintain this place and as isolated place. These are the people who are suppressing us every time we want to talk about it or share about something, talk about enthusiastically about our discoveries. Those matrix people are there to suppress us. So they are agents of the system. So they are working for the Federation, basically, for their goals. So I don't think they
really they're really like the Matrix, like in the movie Matrix. It's basically like that, isn't it?
Yeah, basically, whether they know it or not, they are basically working for the system, and the system in the highest level is the Federation. So they have it's in their interest for those matrix people to continue here. If they make them disappear, it's just us, starseeds, and then we take over the place.
But those matrix people, I thought we were managing them. I thought they were a reflection of us. So how can they manipulate them?
Well, I do believe that yes, that somehow it's a very complicated subject with the not real people.
Okay.
Yeah, metaphysically speaking, from the expanded point of view, we are the one maintaining everything, because we are maintaining them because we are maintaining everything that is in our attention. That's our manifestation. That's our creation.
So we can manipulate the matrix people for our advantage. So how can they manipulate them if we manipulate them?
That's a good question. Let me think about it. Like, I would need to pause the show now for 2 minutes to just think about it. It's a very good question, because you see, I like the questions, because if we are the one manifesting them, then why aren't they working for us? No, why aren't they manifested with what we program them with?
Exactly.
Higher values and higher everything. Why are they working for the other side if they are our manifestation? I don't know. It's a good question for Yasi.
It'd be good.
I would have to think about it.
Because we would make it much easier for ourselves if we can manipulate these people. I think the thing is that I think we can. We just don't realize it.
Yes.
Because we don't believe we can. But I think we do, and we can. I mean, if we were able to really understand this and just get it for get other starseeds to understand that they can manipulate these other matrix people, that would be quite life-changing, wouldn't it? Because then you can manipulate the people around you. It sounds a bit creepy, actually, but
no, this is a good question. I will write it down, and maybe I can ask Yasi. This is many questions I have on the list, but I will throw that in and see what they say, and maybe maybe Mari can say something about the unreal people topic a bit more too, if she's listening. Because who knows what she comes up with. She's always coming up now with new angles to the topic. So maybe she has something new to say about this topic of unreal people.
Yeah, no, she's quite amazing. Yeah, I'm quite surprised by Mary. She surprised me, because I was thinking, is she capable of going, I don't know if you go against the Federation, but to, stand up to them. And she's showing herself to be very capable. I'm quite, it surprised me, because, she's 16, and to me, a 16-year-old, and I know I have to think differently, but still, to me, she's 16. I was thinking, but no, she's showing herself to be quite capable.
Yeah, she's 16, but I do perceive them, as much more than just their age. Even Yasi, when you talk to Yasi, you don't even see. This was the problem with many years ago. Even when Aneka was still here, she was explaining to us, all you see is just letters on the screen when you talk to Yasi, right? Because they type. So we don't see the cheeky face and expressions. We just see that wisdom that comes out of her. So it's very easy to confuse that this is just some kind of a wise. This wise, but like an older person. She very easily can present herself as an older person, but then you're forgetting that she's also a child. So in a way, I am kind of, from our perspective, because we only talk to them on chat, it's easy for us to see them beyond their age. Like we don't see their age, we just see what they say, and what they say is so timeless. That's why even though Mari is 16, yes, but I do associate her with so much more. And even her herself, she says, you know, a lot of what I say, I'm able to say because of my knowledge gained from other past lives. It's not just that I'm 16. Like there was this boy in Taygetan who was 13, right? He became a king when he was 13 years old. That's when they gather their memories also. And so I do perceive them beyond their age. So I'm surprised, but not surprised, because we have been dealing with Yasi, and she's like been 9 for a long time.
She's 17 now, isn't she?
No, she's still kind of 9. This is going to be explained more in a video about Yasi, like why she's not growing, because she's growing, but really not growing.
She has a plan there. There's something going on there, isn't it?
Yeah, there's going to be explanation. Well, from her perspective, why she doesn't want to grow. She associates being grown up with a lot of problems for herself. A lot of memories, actually a lot of bad memories, happened to her when she was older. So she associates that age with a lot of pain, responsibilities, problems. She doesn't want to go there. She wants to remain in this more carefree state. So and anyway, this is going to be explained by her in the video about Yasi that I'm still making, and I will be making soon. So yeah, going back to Mari, yeah, I'm amazed as well, but at the same time, I'm not, because I'm kind of already, I'm used to their capacities throughout the years. I already know kind of what they are made of and what they are capable of. They are all amazing to me in their capacities, and I have been amazed since day one that I met them. And each one of them that comes is super amazing as well. Yasi, when she arrived, she was only like 7, 8, and she was giving this extraordinary information. So I'm kind of like, maybe it sounds weird that I'm not amazed, but what I'm trying to say is that I am already used to their being amazing.
Yeah.
Like I already know they're super amazing, all of them. So I don't expect any less of any of them. I know they're great, all of them. I wouldn't expect any less of Mari, but it doesn't also mean that I am not super proud of her. And I mean, just a few years ago, she was playing with Yasi on ice skates. That's going to be in the episodes as well, when I will be talking about Yasi and her playing with Mari, and she was playing on soap. They were soaping up the whole floor, and they were just skating on soap because that's more fun.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah, and now she's a queen, and facing Federation, like you said, and I think there's going to be some big changes.
It's going to be big changes. Yeah, big changes are coming. No. She's going to be amazing. Well, she is amazing right now. So, yeah. So I'm looking forward to what's going to happen. Yes. She moves quickly, doesn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah. She makes the decision and she moves.
And that's very good. I think that's necessary. And I don't think I don't know exactly how Alanim was in that regard, because it was not very shown to the public.
Yeah, that's what I think.
So I don't think that Alanim was not making good decisions. Of course, she was. She was a very good queen, and she was very important. She was doing a lot of very important actions there, but we don't know as much about her, because she was not making videos about herself, about explaining what she's doing, and she was not sharing with us what she was doing. So she was very in the shadows, but it doesn't mean that she's any less special. For sure, she was very important. It's just that we don't know. I cannot comment on if her decisions were as fast as Mari's or not, because I don't have that information. But I do like, yes, the fastness and decisiveness is very important in a leader, to be decisive and to make these, sometimes even abrupt changes.
Yeah, especially with this Varunian race. So she ended it. When I heard the news, I'm like, what happened? And then she started explaining. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I think it makes sense politically, strategically. I understand that. Yes, I mean, she's a Taygetan queen. I mean, I didn't even know this, that she had to give a case against the whole Varunian theory when she was, applying, so to speak, to the High Council of Taygeta to be a Taygetan queen. I didn't know that. So that makes sense that she would, she would need to be united as a Taygetan, standing with the Taygetan race, being a Taygetan herself. However, as I said this in a Telegram group, it doesn't make them totally the same as Taygetan. Still, I do believe, and I know they're different. They are very different.
So, right.
Yes, they are different. I mean, Yasi, when she arrived, she was studied genetically by Senetre for many years, like a lab rat. Even Mari was laughing at Yasi and calling her a lab rat for a long time, because Yasi was so different. And look at her not growing, for example. This is different. This is not a Taygetan quality. Even though, of course, anybody, not maybe anybody, it's not so easy, but a lot of people can reach that ability. You can reach to learn to cross walls and teleport, but it's still not very common in a Taygetan society. Kids, when they grow, they don't have the capacity to stop their growth, for example. So it cannot be denied that there is something different there.
Yeah, but they can stop. But they can be 25 forever.
Oh, but
they cannot.
Yeah. I mean,
so they can stop like at 25, but they cannot stop their growing when they're little.
No, not as much as I know. They can't. And a lot of these things that Yasi has been doing, this is going to be shown in a video about Yasi. When she first arrived, Taygetans were very intimidated by her powers, because they didn't understand it. It's not something normal in their society. So as you see here, Yasi is different. I don't know whether it qualifies as a separate race or not. That's a different point to this. Yasi made a video about 4 years ago about the evolution of souls, how the souls expand and evolve, and how it actually is a starting point for a creation of a new species. This is how the new species emerge. So that's the explanation from Yasi some time ago. But from what Mari explained, it also makes perfect sense, and we just flow with the changes,
Yeah,
it's a term anyway, is Varunian or not Varunian, whatever. It's just
it's true.
All words. So we flow with whatever needs to change.
Exactly.
There have been so many changes throughout the years.
Yeah, yeah, you get used to it. Okay, so it's been an hour. I don't want it.
Yes, you have to
an hour and 10 minutes. Wow. So, thank you so much for talking to me. Thank you for inviting yourself. It makes me so happy. It makes me really happy. Thank you so much, Gosia. Really appreciate this. I'm always learning something new. I always have so many questions.
Good questions.
Yeah. So you haven't been talking to them at all lately because of the
this
move?
Week? No, not this week. No.
Okay. Would be good to know. Have you spoken? Have you known anything about Anna? Anna, who was extracted?
No, nothing. Very quiet about her. Like they never talk about her unless we ask specifically, but then we forget to ask, so the conversation goes somewhere else. Yeah, no.
Interesting to know her point of view now. She's been up there for about a year now, I think.
I think more. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think more.
Good to know what's going on with her. Oh.
And Suriko, that'll be interesting to know too.
Suriko, yeah, she's still there. And the ship,
as far as I know, yes. As far as I know, yeah, she hasn't left.
Oh, it's quite amazing. Okay. Okay, well, thank you so much. Gosia, do you want to say anything else? Last
No,
words?
just thank you for having me here. I'm going to start my day here. I'm going to publish the video today, what it is like not to have memories. It's just as a response to the video that Mari did, what it is like to have memories of past lives. So I'm like making the opposite video from my perspective of the starseed who doesn't remember.
Nice,
but it's just a personal rambling. I'm sitting there on a rock and talking.
Oh, goody. We love that.
Yeah. And then I really have to start making those Yasi videos that I have been talking about for a long time. It's just that something always comes in the way. And also I had to prepare the material. But now I'm going to start making it. And it's going to be very interesting.
Oh, wonderful. We look forward to it. Great. Thank you so much, Gosia. Appreciate this a lot. And thank you for everyone watching. And in the chat, I didn't even look at the chat because I
me neither.
See it. Yeah, because we only have an hour, so I thought I would just concentrate on us talking. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you to everyone in the chat, and see you in the comments. So thank you, Gosia.
Bye, everybody.
See you. Bye, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Now I have to end this. Where do I go? Here we go.